going to start working on the fledglings and daddy house finch at the bottom. Mix up a little dark here. These are not going to be as detailed. Basically, I just want to get down their personality. Fledglings have a lot of little cute personality in them. And I'm familiar enough with fledglings that it won't take too much, but I do want to develop them a little more than they are right now. So I'll spend about 15 minutes or less on them here. Remember, if I'm going too fast for you, just kind of watch a segment of the video and pause it or stop it and work on your nature journaling page, and then start again and keep going. I've been doing this for a while, so I know I move a little fast. Also, the way Skillshare works is it's 2 gigabytes upload per section, so I try to keep each of these small bites of lessons within the requirements to make it easier to get online and load. It's getting really muggy out here. There's some storms on the horizon. I don't think they're going to hit here, but they're coming close enough to make it really hot and humid. Getting in these darks, basically the same as I did for Mama up above. The house finches all sort of look a little alike till they get a little older. And as they get older, the male will start distinguishing himself with red. They get their red, the males do, from the food they eat, the pigments in the berries and seeds and food that they eat. And that's why their color, the shade of red, varies from pinkish red to a brownish red. It just depends on their food supply. Okay, I've got this little guy down in his little stance. They're standing on a fence, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Just get down their character, their personality. They're looking at Daddy, so my turn, for their dinner or lunch. Just keep going here. You've noticed I've added some of the words here, wording. I didn't put it down in the class because the actual verbiage and things like that depend on the subject you're painting. But I did take some cool facts that I found on, what's the name of that site? It's a Cornell site. What about birds or something like that. Anyhow, you just do a internet search for house finches and it'll pop up and you can find all kinds of cool facts and information. I included the size of the eggs, the name of the house finch, the Latin name, the order and the family that they're from. That'll help me keep track of where I record, which ones I've painted and recorded and which ones I haven't. I put down a little information about the adults, a little information about the fledglings. Not too much, just enough to make it interesting to read when my grandkids look at it. This information, other than the size of the eggs, is not really pertinent to my artwork. I did keep the size of the eggs in here because I wanted to remember how small they were. Getting around the eyes here a little bit. I always do the face just a little more detailed, even if I'm not doing the rest of the bird detailed. And that just kind of grounds it a little bit to where it doesn't look odd. However, these are by no means finished art pieces. Over time, I will be painting a little over 400 of these in this book. Not all of them as extensive a spread as this. Some of them will just be the bird, maybe a quick notation. Some of them will be spreads, we'll see. But I would like to get down every bird in my state, which is Tennessee, and paint each one. While I'm painting here, I'm watching the dog try to locate some squirrels and rabbits under the shed. Kind of distracting me a bit. I've sped this section up. It's just repeating what I did with that first one. It's not sped up double, it's sped up a time and a half, I think, just to make it a little faster. If you need to go slower, by all means, pause and keep going and then restart it. But since these are all the same, it gets a little monotonous for you just to sit here and listen to me talk. Maybe pause, turn on your favorite music, and paint for a while, and then restart it. I'm using a small zero brush to get around the faces, and then I move over to, I believe that's a size 1, maybe a size 2 for the larger body of the birds, just to get the personality in on these little guys. Our fledglings can be so cute. They just sit there and whine for their food. Should say chirp. It's kind of a whining chirp. I'd really love to see your pages that you've created. Just share them in the project section so I can have a peek. Don't worry about if they look great or not. It's about what you learn. Whether it be about the birds or what you've learned about the art, or if you're just getting some practice in, I'd love to see it. Sorry, took a drink there. Birds outside, and the locusts have gotten a little quiet. It's afternoon and it's hot. We're at almost 100 degrees outside, 100 degrees Fahrenheit for those of you in foreign countries. I don't know how much that is Celsius, but it is hot, I can tell you that, and the sun is bearing down pretty hard. I'm under a covered porch, so we have a little bit of shade. But once I reach the last little guy here, we will be done with this. I'm not going to put another coat over this, another layer of watercolor. This is just to remind me and provide inspiration for future paintings. You're welcome to go as detailed or as loose as you would like with yours. Everybody's style is different. If you're new to watercolor, just keep painting and your style will pop out after a while. It may take a couple of years, but it'll get there with regular painting. I love watercolor. It's easy for me to take outdoors and into the field. Minimal amount of water. And I can paint anywhere. Dries quickly for me to close it up. Oh, I hear a few babies, Mama. This is a house sparrow feeding her babies in the nesting box. That's what we were hearing. She must have another clutch in there that just hatched because I didn't hear them yesterday. Be sure to watch the conclusion video. That'll be next. And feel free to look through. I have a lot of videos here in Skillshare. You're welcome to look through and see whatever else you would like to paint next.